Good evening and welcome to News Bulletin on Ombudsman Radio. My name is Joseph Thomas. First, the headlines. PCC builds capacity on strategic planning and accountability. President Tinubu welcomes Petrobras' return to Nigeria and seeks deeper economic ties with Brazil. Federal government warns of imminent flooding in 9 northern states and orders immediate evacuation of riverine communities. INEC urges Osun residents to collect 360,000 unclaimed PVC. Detail in just a moment. The Public Complaints Commission holds a 2-day training workshop on strategic planning, budgeting, and result-based monitoring and evaluation in Abuja. The program, which commenced yesterday at the Commission's conference room in Maitama, is designed to sharpen capacity on strategic planning, strengthening budgeting processes, and improve the monitoring of government projects.
Yeah, the training is on results-based planning and budgeting for projects, programs, and policies. The Public Complaints Commission is an agency of government, and in line with government policy of institutionalizing performance management system, I think it has deemed it fit to put in place this training so that we can build the capacity of the staff on strategic planning, the need for them to be able to translate plans strategically, implement them strategically, as well as monitor and evaluate them strategically in line with government policies, in line with the Renewed Hope agenda, in line with the National Development Plan, and most especially in line with the Public Complaints Commission Midterm Strategic Plan 2023 to 2027.
Declaring the workshop open, officials of the Commission underscored the need to link planning and budgeting with measurable outcomes, a step they say is crucial to driving accountability in public service. Resource persons are currently taking participants through sessions on public financial management, results-based monitoring system, data analysis and visualization, as well as the application of key performance indicators to track government expenditure. Participants have welcomed the initiative, describing it as timely and impactful, with the potential to boost transparency and efficiency in service delivery.
The facilitators have actually shown us the different things we need to do to up our game as it affects monitoring and evaluation. One thing I am taking away is the fact that knowing that you have failed is not the most important thing, but knowing why you failed or why you succeed is much more important, because if you know why you fail, you'll be able to take measures to avoid the pitfall, so to prevent future occurrence. And if you know why you succeed, you will replicate same across board for greater success. So monitoring and evaluation will enable us to do that. That's a great one for me.
Actually, the training we just had is a 2-day training, and it is on strategic planning and budgeting with result-based oriented monitoring and evaluation. And the training has been so impactful, so educating. In fact, when we started, we were like, we didn't know anything about planning, budgeting, monitoring, evaluation. But now we've been well equipped to be able to carry out our duties in the commission and to be able to use everything that we have been able to, to gain, to apply it to our day-to-day activity in the commission.
The training continues today and is expected to wrap up with the post-training assessments and the presentation of certificates to participants. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has announced the imminent return of Petrobras, Brazil's state-owned oil giant, to Nigeria 5 years after a suspended joint venture operations in the country. Speaking in Brasilia on Monday during his first visit to Brazil, President Tinubu said the move was would ignite energy cooperation between both nations. He praised Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva for his commitment to strengthening bilateral ties, stressing that Nigeria remains a fertile ground for investment. The Nigerian leader also commended aircraft manufacturer Embraer for its ongoing plans to boost Nigeria's aviation sector through a West African service center dedicated to airline repairs and maintenance. Highlighting opportunities beyond symbolic relations, President Tinubu called for practical cooperation in technology transfer, food security, manufacturing, renewable energy, healthcare, and pharmaceuticals. He assured investors that Nigeria's economic reforms were delivering results, noting the liberalization of the foreign exchange market and emphasizing that, in his word, you don't have to know the central bank governor, but getting forex. The speculators are out and the door is open for businesses. The federal government has issued a fresh flood alert, warning that 9 states and 15 communities across northern Nigeria may experience heavy rainfall and possible flooding between August 25th and 29th, 2025. The alert, signed by Usman Abdullahi Bokani, Director of Erosion, Flood and Coastal Zone Management Department, came through the National Flood Early Warning Center on Monday. It follows an early advisory on Saturday, which predicted flooding in 7 states and 25 locations nationwide. The ministry cautioned that torrential rainfall between August 23rd and 24th could worsen the situation, particularly as water levels on the River Niger continue to rise. Authorities have directed residents of flood-prone communities stretching from Jeba to Lokoja to evacuate immediately. The warning comes just days after floods struck Yobe State, where over 102 households were sacked and 612 residents displaced in Pokiskum. According to the State Emergency Management Agency, most of the victims are women and children, with hard-hit communities including Old Prison, Filin, Mashe, Onganwa, Makufi, Ogawa, Jaje, Bakin Kwari, Afghanistan, Tanzania, Karofi, Bayen, Karejin, Danzuma, Jigawa, and Makarahuta. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has appealed to residents of Osun State who are yet to collect their permanent voters' cards to take advantage of the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise. INEC spokesperson in the state, Musa Olurade, made the call in a statement on Tuesday, revealing that over 360,000 PVCs are still uncollected at the Commission's offices. He further advised first-time voters to register their names and cautioned against multiple registration. The Executive Director, Technical Arts Continental Reassurance PLC, Chukwemeka Agwewu, has called on insurance companies to embrace strong governance practices to ensure prudent use of fresh capital being raised under new regulatory requirements. Agwewu made the appeal at the annual retreat of the Risk, Audit and Compliance Committee of the Nigerian Insurers Association held in Obeokuta, Ogun State. The call follows the enactment of Nigerian Insurance Industry Reform Act 2025, which reintroduces new capital threshold and a shift to a risk-based capital framework. The Act raises minimum capital requirement to 25 billion naira for non-life insurance, 15 billion naira for life insurance, and 35 billion naira for reinsurance, compared to previous levels of 10 billion naira 8 billion naira and 20 billion naira respectively. Agwewu stressed that while recapitalization strengthens insurers' balance sheet, only effective governance will guarantee responsible underwriting, proper risk management, and long-term growth in the sector. In the world of sports, Bayern Munich is on the verge of signing Chelsea striker Nicolas Jackson on loan, according to reports from Germany's Bild and confirmed by BBC Sports on Tuesday. The 24-year-old Senegal international was absent from Chelsea's squad in their Premier League clash against West Ham on August 22, as well as in pre-season friendlies against Bayer's Leverkusen and AC Milan, fueling speculations about his departure. Chelsea's recent acquisition of forward Joao Pedro and Liam Delap have pushed Jackson down the pecking order, paving the way for a move. Jackson, who joined Chelsea from Villarreal, scored 13 goals in 37 appearances last season and has notched up 36 goals and 14 assists in 100 career appearances across both clubs. He remains under contract at Stamford Bridge until 2033. For Chelsea last season alone, Jackson contributed 12 goals and 5 assists in 30 matches. And that's how far we can go for the news bulletin for this hour. But before we go, a recap of the major stories. President Tinubu welcomes Petrobras' return to Nigeria and seeks deeper economic ties with Brazil. Federal government warns of imminent flooding in 9 northern states and orders immediate evacuation in riverine communities. INEC urges Osun residents to collect 360,000 unclaimed PVCs. On behalf of the production team of the Ombudsman Radio, thanks so much for staying with us, and don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Ombudsman Radio Nigeria. On our next account at Public Complaints Commission, Ombudsman Radio Nigeria. I'm Joseph Thomas. Bye for now.